I didn't notice it happening. That's the dangerous part. There was no dramatic moment. No hospital bed. No sudden collapse. Just small things. Small losses. Small changes. At first, I blamed age. I'm not 30 anymore. That's normal after 60. Everyone slows down. That's what I told myself. But here's the truth no one warns you about. After 50, you don't just get older. You start disappearing. Not all at once. Gradually. Quietly. Your strength fades before your confidence does. Your energy fades before your ambition does. Your muscle fades before your mind accepts it. And if you're not paying attention, you wake up one day and realize you've lost something you didn't even know was slipping away. I'm 74 now, and I wish someone had explained this to me when I turned 50, because muscle loss doesn't feel dramatic. It feels subtle. You get tired a little faster. You stop carrying groceries in one trip. You hesitate before climbing stairs. You sit down more often. You don't call it weakness. You call it being practical. That's what I did. Until one afternoon changed everything. I was helping my grandson move a small bookshelf. It wasn't heavy. Not for the man I used to be. But halfway through, my arms started shaking. Not from pain. From weakness. Real weakness. I laughed it off. Made a joke. But inside, something hit me harder than any diagnosis could have. When did I become fragile? That word haunted me. Fragile. I had always been strong. Not a bodybuilder. Not an athlete. But strong enough. Strong enough to work. Strong enough to protect. Strong enough to feel capable. And suddenly, I wasn't sure anymore. I went home that night and started reading. And what I found shocked me. The average person loses up to 1% of muscle mass per year after 40. After 60, it accelerates. By 70, many people have lost 25 to 30% of their muscle. And here's the worst part. Most of it is preventable. Not with extreme workouts. Not with dangerous drugs. But with attention. With resistance training. With protein. With the right building blocks. That's when I realized something uncomfortable. I had been eating like a younger man, but absorbing like an older one. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at using protein. You can eat steak, drink shakes, swallow powders, but your body may not be converting it effectively. That was news to me. I thought protein was protein. It isn't. Your body needs specific essential amino acids in the right balance to actually build and preserve muscle. Without them, protein can be burned for energy. Or worse, stored. Not built. No one told me that. Doctors don't talk about muscle until you're already weak. They talk about cholesterol, blood pressure, glucose. But muscle is your insurance policy. Muscle protects your bones, your metabolism, your stability, your independence. Muscle is the difference between aging and collapsing. And most people don't think about it until they fall. I didn't want to wait for a fall, so I started changing things. Nothing extreme. 3 days a week. Light resistance. Walking with intention. And I paid attention to what I was feeding my body. Not calories. Not trends. Building blocks. Within months, something shifted. Not dramatically, but noticeably. The shaking stopped. The stairs felt easier. I stood taller. More than strength returned. Confidence returned. And here's what I realized. Losing muscle isn't just physical. It affects how you see yourself. When you feel weaker, you behave weaker. You avoid things. You hesitate. You shrink your world. When you feel strong, even moderately strong, your life expands again. You say yes more. You move more. You live more. If you're over 50, I want you to hear this clearly. Fatigue is not always just age. Weakness is not always normal. Slowing down is not always inevitable. Sometimes it's neglect. Sometimes it's ignorance. Sometimes it's simply not knowing what your body actually needs now. Your 30-year-old strategy won't work at 60. Your metabolism changes. Your recovery changes. Your muscle protein synthesis changes. And pretending nothing has changed is the fastest way to decline. I'm not telling you to become obsessed. I'm not telling you to chase youth. I'm telling you this. Preserve your strength. Because strength buys independence. Strength buys time. Strength buys dignity. I've seen too many men my age decline rapidly after one injury, one fall, one hospital stay, one infection, and they never fully recover. Not because they're weak people, but because they had no muscle reserve left. Muscle is not vanity after 50. It's survival. That's why I started studying more. I learned about essential amino acids. Not just protein. Essential amino acids. The 8 your body cannot produce on its own. Without them, muscle cannot rebuild properly. And here's what shocked me. Many older adults are deficient without realizing it. You can eat enough calories and still not provide what your muscles need to maintain themselves. That realization changed how I approached aging. I stopped chasing weight. I started protecting strength. Now, I move with intention. I lift light weights consistently. I make sure I'm feeding my body what it actually uses, not just what fills me. And I feel different. Not young, but capable. There's a difference. I don't want to be 30 again. I want to be strong at 74. And maybe 80. Maybe even 85. Because here's the truth most people avoid. Longevity without strength is a burden. Living longer only matters if you can move freely. Carry your own groceries. Climb stairs. Play with grandchildren. Travel without fear. If you're watching this and you've felt that subtle decline, if you've noticed the shaking, the hesitation, the unexpected fatigue, don't ignore it. Don't joke about it. Don't dismiss it. You don't have to become a fitness fanatic, but you do need to respect what your body requires now. I wish someone had told me earlier that aging well isn't about fighting time. It's about adapting intelligently. I started paying attention. I adjusted. And I'm grateful I did. Because I've seen the alternative. And it's not pretty. If this message resonates with you, take it seriously. Look into how muscle loss happens. Look into what your body needs now. Look into essential amino acids and how they work. I left something in the first comment that helped me understand this better. Not because you need to buy anything, but because you need awareness. Your future self will thank you for acting now. Aging is inevitable. Weakness doesn't have to be. Before the last day comes, stay strong.